Hello everyone and welcome to the first quarterfinal of the LPL Amateur season that we're casting. Today's Vulcan against Sexy Milkman. We're starting out on Cafe, going to Club for the second map, and Bank for the third if we need it. Let me turn my mic down a little so it's not peaking as much. Monty Band first. What do you think of that? Covert.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll go with that.
Saber
Vulcan don't usually they have a bit on Clubhouse and Monty, but not usually. So it's interesting. I can see why Monty can be a bit of an annoyance, like quite a bit of an annoyance on some of those sites, but yeah. I don't think I can't imagine Sexy Milkman would have wanted to bring it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, Saber seemed to have the impression that they were target banning him. Let me just.
No, the Thatcher ban is it's a bit of a more standard ban, you know, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charging battery.
It looks like Sexy Milkmen have come out with fairly standard bans of Thatcher in the mirror.
This is gonna be some like I don't know.
We never play with Thatcher anyway.
This is gonna be pause. Okay.
So Vulcan seem to have put a bit of work in if they're playing specifically this.
Yeah.
I think I'm echoing.
They have been
through you a little, Covert.
Oh, am I?
Sorry.
Hang on. Hang on a minute, boys. Alright, let me just speak. Are we good?
Yeah. I think we're good with it.
I can still hear you. Uguchi.
Alright. Yeah. So this is interesting, coming out straight for Reading Room Fireplace. It looks like Vulcan know what they're doing, and they've got some. They've set their ops early on, and they know what they're doing. They're keen to get busy, yeah. Which is big because Vulcan definitely hasn't been the favorite going into this game, as Sexy Milkmen have come in first place in the finals, coming into the finals, so they have first seed.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Yeah, Vulcan's put a lot of prep this week into this match.
Yeah.
So I would expect if Sexy Milkmen don't take them seriously, to quite possibly lose a few rounds here.
Yeah. It's going to be big for Sexy to make sure that they don't ego check these kids too much. Because Vulcan they're in the finals. They're in the top 8 of the LPL amateur season, so they can definitely punish people if they're given the opportunity to.
Yeah. The other issue is both Physics and Ed will happily click on your face if you expose it. So
absolutely,
you gotta be careful, making sure you actually know if you're safe to wide swing. Facts looking a little bit AFK there, but
taking a minute just to check the Discord strats for their attack. But this seems like a very common roam top floor, as Sexy Milkmen seek to take top floor. First shots coming out from Saber.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing will be how they rotate around the pressure from the Sexy Milkmen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be important, I think, that Sexy Milkmen take this top floor control early and don't let themselves get caught up. They're doing a good job though, sending that drone in first and having the person on rappel to shut down any peaks coming out from that bitch corner. But the bitch corner player's fallen back into bathroom with 2 drones on him, with a Mozzie Pest securing him. But they've got white stairs drones, which can be deadly. They have a rotate out, and Mozzie's going to push out of there. Playing Freezer, a bit more of a secure position for himself.
Yeah.
So, Andrew picking up the first on a Saber. Where was that? Oh, he's got the intel on those Valcams. Got tons of.
I still don't know where that is though. Ash must have tried to rush site maybe, and Andrew just punished him for it.
Didn't have intel on that person on white, but got lucky with the timing. Unfortunately, Ed's there to punish the Hibana. Johnny doesn't get the luck that Lyric had, I believe it was, but Lyric trades it out, and but the Jaeger and the Mozzie picking up 1, leaving it all to Lyric. Lyric picks up the 1, leaving it to a 1v3, but it's going to be difficult from this point. He's got plenty of time to do it, but the defense have all the utility in the world to get it done. They just need to play their angles, play slow, play calm. I think at this point, Sexy will probably just call a timeout to some degree. Yeah. Just be checking angles, keep peeking, but they'll be talking in Discord. They're trying to work out what the heck happened there. Where do you think that went wrong for Sexy, Covert?
I think there was a few things there. I think the one thing there was a Saber going down early. Not quite sure where it was, but he went down very early, and the fact that it was the smoke, I would assume he would have just tried to rush and got taken out. And then from there, it just meant that the defense could play a little bit more aggro for the remainder of the round, as if they lost someone, then it would only be equal instead of going a man down.
Yeah.
And then from that aggression, Sexy Milkman just didn't seem to expect it.
Absolutely.
Obviously coming in as the better seeded team, not expecting Vulcan to just be in their face like that.
Yeah.
And just being able to collect a few kills, Lyric being able to punish 2 players, but that was it. So
for sure, it was interesting. They seem to have intel on the white stairs, but they just lost it. And they had that person, the defender that was sitting up, pushing up on white. I think it was the Mozzie or maybe the Jaeger. But they just didn't check it, and the Zofia got through, but Hibana just got shut down from that. At that point, you've lost your back, and Zofia is all by herself. Even if the Mozzie hadn't picked up the other kill, she would have been in a very difficult situation nonetheless. Anyway, going from reading defense, most commonly the third site that teams pick, into the kitchen, which is either the first or the second, depending on the team. It seems to be a very common first floor heavy roam, with hatches getting closed by Andrew. Why do you think they've gone for a bit more of a lockdown turtle strat in this second round compared to their deep roam and top first?
I think it's the thing is switching up how you play each site, because it's obviously not only after you play the same strat on the same site more than once does the attacker start to counter strat it easily, but just playing the same type of strat on different sites, it starts to just get predictable for the attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just switching it up between bunker and heavy roams, it just makes it more difficult, because it means here, after what happened last round, it means the attack has to spend so much more time trying to drone out and make sure they clear, even though there's no one actually playing there.
Yeah, well, we've got one person playing up here. It looks like the Jaeger of Ed playing top solo roam. Just probably been told by Zygiel, go sit up there, waste as much time as possible. So it's all going to be up to Sexy Milkman. How quickly can they drone this guy out? But he's already falling back down white stairs. Playing the safe role rather than the uncertain, more aggressive one.
Yeah.
Sexy Milkman really need to get a move on. They haven't really entered the building. You've got IQ in now.
Well, this is what I mean. It's because of what happened last round, where they were so quick into the building that they didn't train out, and then they just got pushed on from all sides. This time they're having to spend so much more time making sure it's clear.
For sure.
And it means that even though Jaeger pulled back when they're after like 30 seconds, it's gonna get down to a minute 30, and they would have only just about gotten top floor control.
Yeah.
So.
And commonly this is fairly common for a kitchen to have to do a top down and take your time. But when there's no roam top floor, when there's no contestation,
it's a bit much time.
Yeah, it's a bit much time. They're going to be really pressured for time at the end of this round. But it's good they're pressuring site now with the IQs breaching charges. I imagine they'll probably just leave her up there for a minute. Oh no, they're cooling it down already off that vertical. That could be instrumental late round.
Yeah, obviously leaving barely anybody upstairs means it's also very easy for a defender to go up one staircase and then another.
Absolutely.
First
these first 2 kills though, Ed shutting down the person in Coates, I believe it is, and Lyric picking one off site or in Wedding. They're 2 massive kills, because that's your Wedding long haul protection gone from the dock, and your Coates protection, which disables the push from both sides, and Lyric picking up a third to make it very difficult. Cade going down, making it a 1v4 essentially. Then picking up the first and rezzing the Cade. So they know exactly where they are, because they're gonna both be in there, in that freezer. And Muddy shuts down the first. Bandits in in bunker but gets shut down by the Zofia. There's just not much that you can do there when you play that kind of war of attrition on site.
Yeah, when you're playing that much of a total strat, you really need to not get picked on site. Like,
yeah,
you need to force them into a position where you can get refragged.
Absolutely.
If
you need to be.
if you're playing total strat.
You didn't know all your angles.
Yeah. Because like, what's it called? The 2 people died outside. Okay, that's bad.
Yeah.
But you still got full site control, 3 people on site. It's still winnable.
Yeah,
and then someone just gets picked off by Lyric, just peeking, not even going in sight, just sitting on the double door and killing them. So
yeah, that's a big thing, is it?
I'm not sure what position he was playing, but it was not a position he should have been playing.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, well, I was hesitant about them pulling the IQ off the vertical play that early, as it usually leaves that vertical side play on that side is very strong. It shuts down a lot of the rotations in sight. Ed having some issues with the rotation there, but calling the person down commonly can cause issues late round, but it didn't seem to there. They just got the picks they needed. But now going to their 3rd round, they've decided to switch it straight up, go straight up top, not trying to adjust, not trying to adapt to the downstairs, but commit straight up top. And this seems like a very common castle strat. They're probably going to be castling off. No, they haven't. They're not going for cigar window, cigar double door, which is interesting. On that
I think the thing here is obviously coming in as like the lower rated team is Vulcan. So I think it is the fact that they're just kind of thinking that we didn't do well that round, so let's just try and win a different site. Let's just straight away go to a different site, see if we can win them on this, beat them on this one, and then worst case we go back later, switch it up.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, on attack and on defense specifically, you definitely want to keep moving, in a game context. In scrims, you'll go back to the same site a couple of times, just adapting to what went wrong, fixing the problems, but in a game, you need to keep the momentum going. Defense gets to define the pace at which the round is played, but only if they keep moving.
So,
Muddy seeing the tail end of someone downstairs, but not being quick enough to shut it down.
Yeah, pretty decently slow here from the attack. It's probably going to get to about 1:30 by the play half.
Raven getting shut down from yellow window. Oh, sorry, mini window. That's a big one. And Andrew getting dealt a bit more damage too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if the one might made it out there, it would have been about half the round gone by the time that cigar control was in the attacker's hands. But now that they've got a pick,
yeah,
the attacker is in a good position now.
Yeah, the attackers can slow down, take out the utility that they need to. It's all just about now finding that extra pick. If you can find it down to a 1 or a 3v5, then you're really in a strong position when it comes to executing on site.
The main thing for the attacker is they need to just not lose a player. If they can get it down without losing a player, would be good. However, there is a little bit of a trade there, obviously on different people. Raven going down for Saber.
That's perfectly fine, because what it means is they leave it in a 3v essentially, but that pick's big, and Lyric taking that double kill leaves Ed in a 1v4 in below. He's got the C4, so he can take out 1 on the defuse, but he needs the intel. Johnny the G's already planting, and that C4's going to do nothing as it doesn't even stick to the ceiling.
Yeah, that was... The trade was good there, it was still in a good position for the defense, and then Lyric just peeked around and clicked 2 heads. And that's about all I can say, is he looked at some heads, clicked left on the map, clicked M1, and they died, so...
Yeah, after that first round, little timeout moment that Sexy had, I bet this is Vulcan's opportunity to do the same. Picking up 1 impactless frag, but it's already 3 seconds before it's done, and that's the round. Gonna be going to Sexy Milkman.
Yeah, the one difference is an attacker taking a timeout mid-round means they got however long is left in the round.
Yeah.
Well, with defense, it means you got 45 seconds at most.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, at that point, you just want to work out, because Vulcan were looking really strong on that first round, but they need to make sure that that strength that they showed wasn't just a one-time, one lucky strat. But they're going back to the strat that they won with, so this will be an interesting round, to say the least.
I think the big thing for Vulcan is they either need to be able to kill Lyric first, because Lyric has just been fragging out of his mind so far.
8 and 1 after 3.
Yep. So as I was saying, just been fragging out of his mind. So I think if you're playing Vulcan, you either need to kill him first or kill the rest of the team without dying.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Which is what they did the first round. First round, he was last alive, but the rest of his team were dead. So
yeah, the thing is
we got
that
2 kills, it was pretty impactful.
the strength of Sexy Milkman is that if you kill Lyric, you still have Fax, you have Muddy, you have Saber, and you have Johnny, and they're all people that are known to be able to click heads, and they will do so if you're not careful. So
yeah. I know it's just obviously it's just the fact that Lyric just because and it's also I think the other thing is not getting the first pick.
Yeah.
Because Lyric first round, Lyric had to play somewhat passive. But because they've had man advantage so far, Lyric's just been able to push up and frag. Because the way he's looking at it is if I die then it's equal. So it doesn't really matter.
For sure.
It's worth trying to push up and get a couple frags and win the round. Compared to if I push up and die, then it's still easily winnable. So
yeah.
I think Vulcan either need to kill him first, kill the rest of his team, or not die first.
Yeah, it's gonna be important to see. I think this first pick, you really hit the nail on the head with that. It's an important one. The first pick of the round really shows the puts the enemy team in a difficult position if it's not refragged instantly.
Yeah.
They have the intel and the Valkyrie.
Plus the first pick, it's not even sometimes that it gives the team that what's it called, that had a player die, puts them in. It obviously does put them in a bad situation, but it's also the fact that it gives the team an advantage, a much better scenario.
Yeah.
Because it means they can just look for that pick to snowball, that second pick to snowball.
Absolutely, and
with no real risk.
That's big there. That drone and bullet holes coming out, but Raven misses the shots. Oh, Lyric picks up Andrew on the run out. That's your smoke. I don't know what was running through Andrew's head right there, but you've got over a minute and a half left of the round. You're not even halfway. You need those smokes to delay late round.
Yeah.
And there's the fourth second.
That was a nice shot from Saber. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think obviously the reward for the smoke there is decently large, so you could somewhat understand why you'd do it, but the risk is, I think, too great.
Yeah.
The reward you get first pick, huge.
Yeah, but
However,
as smoke,
the smoke that early is...
smoke, you need to stay alive. But
yeah,
Vulcan are delaying time fairly well, and they still have what is it, 2 C4, 1 C4. They've still got that vertical play still. It's going to be a question of these last couple of kills, and there's Fax and Lyric coming out. Now it's all up to this Mozzie, and he gets shut down by the Ash.
So,
yeah. It seems like it's gone quite handily the other way after the first round.
I think if anything, Vulcan coming out that dominant in the first round might have played them a bit dirty.
Yeah, I think
because I think if you just about win that first round, then Sexy Milkmen might still be like, oh yeah, we don't have to like super try hard this yet. And then you might be able to claw about a second round, but the fact that you win it the fact that you absolutely obliterate them in the first round,
yeah.
Sexy Milkman have just come back and been like, no,
pretty much.
You're coming in 8th seed. You're not gonna win this map. It's our map. No,
yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big thing, is that when you have these teams that can kick it up to the next gear, if you get on the wrong side of them by winning a round that they think that you shouldn't have won, then they'll kick up to that next gear, and it's something that you really need to be conscious of. What do you think about this return to the basement strat?
I think it really depends. I think if they can keep one of the two players playing on site alive for a little bit longer, I think it's definitely winnable. The issue you had is that with still a minute left, you had no players off site, even remotely. All 3 players were just hard anchoring. Then with the vertical pressure as well, and they were very limited in spots, and then obviously one of them making a tiny mistake, getting picked from outside the site, it
Oh, I think Lyric got a ban wave on his screen that we didn't get to see, unfortunately. I love seeing ban waves. It's the most satisfying thing in this game, I think. But, oh, there we go. There's one. But yeah, this strat's really... I don't know, they need to look to be adapting a little bit. I know if they need to be making a bit more of a top floor presence, but
I think that there's 2 things Vulcan needs to do. They either need to commit to the slight offside hold coming into about half the round. So it means that someone tries to push out and somewhat help Andrew when he's under pressure. Or something like that. Yeah. Or they just need to try and turtle down even more.
Yeah. With 2 minutes left in the round, they've already taken down first top floor control completely. Which means they're on track to where they were last time they attacked this downstairs site. This time they have the buck though. Which could seem mean that they have a bit more capacity to open up vertical holes, which they need to be doing. And you can already see they are Saber taking a lot of damage though. I think that was the TCSG. As I heard it rattling off. It was C4s and TCSG shots coming out from below.
Okay, hatch getting open that quickly is not the greatest, but
and there's Saber getting shut down by the Goyo, sorry.
Yeah,
took a little damage.
Being used against them there.
And there's Lyric shutting down the K. That's just second TCSG. Believe he was bringing the TCSG.
I would imagine so.
Yes.
I don't really think that Org's worth it, especially on the site.
Yeah.
So I think Andrew is still just chilling in. Yeah, Andrew's still chilling in the bakery area. So.
Oh, Lyric hitting it. A nice shot onto Ed there with the drone intel. Playing off the drone quickly. Let me thought any intel that they may have. It's going to do a little damage, that nade to Raven. But not much, not enough to be noticeable. Andrew takes a little bit off Muddy, but Muddy gets the kill, and Lyric shuts another one down. Raven refrags, but gets shut down by Lyric as well. Where does that leaves Lyric at 14 after 5 rounds.
Does Lyric know how to miss? Like,
I don't think so. I think on this game, he's been doing plenty of T-hunts, I think, prior to this. Lyric's nutty. Even Andrew's admitting it.
Because, like, I don't think he's missed yet.
No. I think everyone that he's seen has just been dead.
I think every time he shot at someone, they've died. I don't think he shot at anyone and they've not died yet. Yeah.
He's just... The thing is that he's making the rest of his team look bad. not that they are. Everyone here deserves to be here.
I think that's
but
he's making Saber, Fax, and Muddy look terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Merc makes Bolo look bad. It's
yeah, it's like
it's one of those things. I think that's just I got a cramp. Oh, we're gonna have to see if Lyric's gonna be able to play with that through that cramp. But looks like they're going to a new. This seems to be a new bar. Can't wait to beat Exto, says Fax. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game, that one. Provided it happens. Still need to get through Vulcan first.
And that does also involve Exto beating their team and then these guys, and then these guys winning their semi-final as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
There are still three matches before they can even verse X though. So.
Yes, for sure. There's still a bit of a hike to get there before the grand final. But Vulcan really need to step it up, otherwise they'll be one step closer.
Yeah, I think the way it's going, I'm sorry, but I don't think Vulcan are going to be able to take this.
They need to change something.
I can't imagine they're going to be able to take this map. They could still, but if they don't change anything soon, it won't. The one hope that Vulcan have after the way
that
this
quick intel, if they can get someone on that rappel quickly, nah, he's off the drone.
Yeah. No, but if Vulcan, the one hope for Vulcan after this is that they can take the 5-minute break between maps.
Yo, Mozzie, what were you thinking? Lyric is a little confused by that.
Yeah, no, but I think if you're Vulcan, you need to take that 5-minute break between maps.
Yeah.
Be like, Clubhouse is our map, we're good on it, we've done really well on it performance-wise in the past, so let's just calm down, that last map didn't happen, let's go, let's win this.
Yeah, everyone needs to remember this is Sexy Milkman's map pick, so they should have the advantage going into it, as you usually do for that top, but that was a shot and a half with the SMG 11 onto the Ash's R4C.
I don't really know what I can say other than Andrew doing Andrew things.
Yes.
He does that quite a lot.
That's right. It looks like they're stacking up a fair bit. They have to be careful not to get C4'd. Oh, Muddy saw the person below but didn't quite register it. Missed the opportunity.
Yeah, the one thing here though is the fact that there's a lot of the defenders are about... 2 of the defenders are 25 HP, so health advantage definitely in the attacker's favor. Yes,
absolutely, but with 50 seconds left, and Raven picking up another one, getting refragged by Johnny. That's big, because that means that you no longer have an extra C4, you've only got the one. But they're gonna need to use it.
You are down your bot though. He did use a lot of his utility, but you're still down that gun, which is...
Those holes are already all open. And Lyric getting another one, but getting shut down by the mute. This seems to be the round of attrition. Refrag after refrag.
Well, he didn't shoot at mute, therefore everyone he shot at has still died.
Yes, it's up to this point. Though, Johnny the G now planting, they know exactly where this mute is, and he's going to get shut down there as the C4 comes out. Nomad shuts down the first, but they have the top floor. They've retaken top floor with the Jaeger. Ed has... really needs to get a move on if he wants to take this round, though. There's a winnable situation.
I think he needs to go try and use some of the holes above sight that Buck opened earlier.
He needs to get there and get there quick. Wherever he goes, he needs to make a decision.
Because, yeah, this Habana does seem to be decently exposed to some of these holes, so...
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a C4 you can hear ticking off. And he doesn't even check back down the holes. Unfortunately, and that's going to be the Nomad air jab. And Hibana shutting it down. That is a 5-1 split at the half.
That is, yeah, that's a strong attack. It's not the strongest attack I've seen. I have seen Orgless pull off a 6-0 on Cafe.
Yes.
Which was not nice. That was...
No, I kind of feel bad when there's a 6-0.
That was a feels bad to cast, especially with the fact that they lost the fact that they lost a 2v5 also wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the defense lost a 2v5 that map, so...
Have you ever seen a Fragger lineup like this? Alibi, Mozzie, Jaeger, Wamai, and Valkyrie. They're just confident in their gun skill at the moment, I think.
Bro, the only thing that would make this more frag is my picking Vigil. Like, honestly. Yeah. I think that's about it. Or Ella. One of the two. Like,
yeah,
that's...
Absolutely.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. They're confident. that's all I know how to say.
The person here that you could even remotely
Alibi, buddy. What's going on here?
Are they moving?
I'm not sure. I mean, they won the attack decisively.
Are they getting a bit cocky here, boys?
Possibly. Which secondary does she have? That's the question, though, isn't it?
I don't know, because
I don't think them getting cocky is the right play here, because we all saw what happened first round,
Yeah.
where they were cocky and got obliterated, is about all I can say.
Yeah.
So,
Though it looks like a strat that they've scrimmed, as she seems to be knowing exactly where she needs to be opening.
Yeah.
And if you want to open a lot, that gun is the gun to do it. It's 30 bullets a mag. Some of the best self-destruction in the game.
Though, because she will literally be stuck to her pistol for pretty much the entire round. Because
Yeah.
even if she keeps ammo, that thing literally does no damage at close range. It's
At any range, yeah, it's a pea shooter.
Bomb located by
Um,
attackers.
Luckily,
it
floors and
shoots killers.
ceilings. Yeah, floors and ceilings are allergic to peas, so it does good work on them, but not against the enemy operators. Another bandwave coming out as Vulcan seek to take control of top floor.
All the bands. Be gone, hackers.
Beyond, absolutely. And they have the intel on the person in bitch. The question is, can they execute on that intel? The IQ on the rappel.
Not sure if that was intentional.
Throwing away that drone. The one person locked down in that corner on Pixel.
So there's a cool thing that quite a few pro league teams have started to use is with the new shields. If you put them the other way around, it actually covers more of you when the attacker starts pushing up. So it's actually a little bit more beneficial.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing with Siege. In such a strategy-heavy game, it's all about those tiny little benefits that you can get. And making sure that you use them to the best of your ability.
I'm pretty sure it was G2 that was the first team to do that, but I could be wrong. But I do know that G2 use it extensively now whenever they have a deployable shield set up.
Looks like we're getting an aggressive push now from Andrew, backed up by the IQ. Dealing with that Vulcan that he was seeing for so long, but Muddy getting the first kill with the C4 going off onto Ed. Oh, air jab coming out right as thought to... Far out. That person on yellow getting lucky there, but Saber picking up a kill. Just playing that corner next to bar very well. And as we were saying, no damage, but he does enough to take down Andrew.
Oh,
Diabetes
drops the hatch.
unluckily dropping, and Saber shutting down. How do you say IQ's name? Frizz?
Physics.
Physics. That makes sense. And there's C4. TK'd C4, but he confirms the kill.
Well, at least I've been calling him Physics, and he's never corrected me.
Okay. Well, we'll call him Physics.
I've called him Physics for the last 3 matches I've casted for them. He's not corrected me, so.
And
I
that's
can assume.
that's match point 6-1.
Yeah, so.
If this goes 7-1, it'll be the most decisive victory on any map thus far in the finals. As Exto went 7-2, 7-2, and the other one went 7-2, 7-4. So.
Well, they have been pretty decisive victories.
They all have been pretty decisive, but this will take the cake if they take this. So I'm interested. Is that Capcan going to be running the sausage?
I
not-
really want him to be.
Never.
I will be somewhat disappointed if he's not.
Your bombs from being
Oh,
deployed by
yep.
attackers.
Yes, he is.
Let's go. Let's
After
go.
that ACS 12, you never know what you're going to see. The question
I mean,
is...
hey, oi, we might see Valk shotgun. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think so. But, not either way.
We do see the sausage, so...
The sausage is big.
Yeah, big boy sausage.
They're opening up the same holes. Seems they're doing a similar defense for both sites here, the reading. And
yeah,
that's...
I think there's only one thing that would have made this a little bit more meat.
What?
If it was the Tachanka instead of Capcan.
Yeah.
That would...
Unfortunately...
That would be a bit of a flex.
Absolutely. Until Tachanka's rework, he's still... He's a bit of a god in the game, but he's still a bit of a bot. Just his utility is useless.
Yes.
Capcans at least... every time I've
is,
seen them...
Yeah. He is definitely a god, but his game stats might not be the greatest.
No, absolutely.
Definitely still a god. So,
Yeah.
Thermite just doing a 180 just to take a look at the repel, but I guess.
Uncertain where that Mozzie Pest is. I imagine it's most likely on the drone hole on the other side.
That's what I would have assumed.
Yeah, there you go.
So, interesting thing there is the fact that he's decided to put it like that open.
Yeah.
I'd have expected maybe somewhere else. I don't know, but oh, that's just a meme.
That's
man.
just...
That's just me.
And Lyric taking out the first of Andrew. That's their flank watch gone early. That's big. Saber picking up a second on the Buck. That's their vertical play gone, and that's... Those are the two operators you really don't want to be losing early round.
Yeah.
You know exactly where that is.
Ed has done some more impressive. Ed has done more impressive things in the past than be able to clutch around like this, but
Raven getting the
against
one...
this team, I'd say probably not.
Yes. Hey, Raven picking up one tap, but shutting down, getting shut down by the Lyric. Lyric now pushing up aggressively, and that's down to a 1vx now. It's all up to Ed Pan. He's on the floor of site. The top floor's been taken, and their top diffuser's up above. I don't know what, if anything.
With his backpack, just chilling up top.
Yeah, I don't think of anything that Ed can do at the moment except for look for a couple of frags. Picks up the first on Muddy. That's going to open an opportunity, but with 45 seconds, the time is ticking away. And he needs to make a play quickly.
Yeah, Ed can more than likely pick up a couple more frags in this round, but I don't know if he'll be able to win it or not, sadly. He is one hell of a fragger, but 1v3 with no diffuser, it's hard. Because even if he gets diffuser, then they can just rotate back to site, and he has to try and retake site again, so...
Yeah. He saw that hole getting opened up above, so he knows that defenders are above, but he gets shut down by the mage jumping through the hatch, and that's going to be the first half. First map, going to Sexy Milkman, 7-1.
Yeah, I'm interested in the fact that Vulcan is saying good half. It could still take it to a third map, then it would be a third, not a half.
Lyric almost getting the big 2-0, but cutting it short by 1 kill.
Nearly getting the 20 bomb, unlucky. That is still a 9.5 KD this game.
And that's the thing though, is that you look at Sexy Milkman that game, and I'm pretty sure all of them went positive. You look at Vulcan that game, and all of them went negative. And that's the big thing.
Yeah. I mean, when you lose by that much though,
Alright, we'll go to the clubhouse next.
Yeah, so this is Vulcan's map pick, so...
Alright.
I assume...
If that's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's alright. Alright, so we'll just take a quick minute for... while we wait. For Vulcan to have
I
a
would
chat,
assume Vulcan would have taken that break, have a chat, get over it, be like... Get their minds back into it, being like, we can take this map, it's our map, we've trained for it.
Absolutely.
We do well on it. Let's get this.
This is the moment that Vulcan need to step up. The next map is Bank, and I'm not sure how prepared both teams are, but it's not one that high-level teams are scrimming at the moment, as it's now out of the rotation, and LPL's just lagged behind a little bit with that.
Well, so... the one game I've seen Vulcan play on Bank, there was a lot of team killing happening on the side of Vulcan, and they still won quite dominantly.
Okay. So they could be good if they can get through this clubhouse.
If they can get through this clubhouse, I do think they have a chance. If they can take this clubhouse without it going to overtime, I think they could have a solid chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about it, also in the regular season, just not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, Sexy Milkman went to, I believe it was double overtime. Oh no, single overtime. It ended 8-6 against Shadownet, which was big. As Shadownet was third at the time. But they've shown that they can play it.
Yeah, but Exto doing a little bit of the clapping against Shadownet, not gonna lie. So
yeah, I think that's a fair judgment of that situation. But Either way,
Yeah.
ShadowNet's a good, like, they're no joke. They're a good team.
Yeah.
And I think
know, which is why I find it kind of funny that these guys are saying that they're gonna beat them, even though they barely beat ShadowNet and
yeah,
Exto. I'm sorry, but it was destruction.
yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't casted.
Yeah.
It would have been lovely to cast that. But nonetheless, we've got this game, and hopefully tomorrow night's game to get casted.
Yes.
But now we're just waiting on the teams to get ready to head into our second map. Usually doesn't take too long to get going, but it's all up to the teams.
Vulcan will take advantage of pretty much the full 5 minutes, I would assume, making sure everyone's
Yeah,
in
making
the
sure.
right mindset for this map. Because if you're still, you need to just forget that map happened. Pretty much, if you're still focused on what just happened last map, you're Vulcan gonna lose. It's as plain as that. Also, you
Absolutely.
might want to rename the teams.
Oh, I do want to do that, don't I? I wish if you keep the lobby Ubisoft, if there's no chance, but if anyone's listening from Ubisoft, fix this. Make it so that lobbies remain the same.
No, because I don't even think in Pro League. Surely in Pro League they wouldn't even use the same lobby, right? Like,
I don't know.
so anyway, if you want to use the same lobby, then just rename it. Like you'd have to do it. Like you have to do it even if you switch lobbies. Like just
Sexy Milkman, which side do you guys want?
please.
I think we're defending for this one.
Too easy. Vulcan, which side do you want for overtime?
Yep. So we will need to make sure blue team is orange team is attacking first,
Defense,
Yep.
bro.
which is indeed happening.
Thanks, baby.
Nice, boys. Good luck. Ready up when
Cheers,
ready.
bro.
Let us know.
Yeah, we're ready.
Vulcan having just under a minute left now, so we will be getting into things nice and shortly.
Yeah. This is kind of the downtime between the action that Vulcan can really reset their minds. Lyric is gonna be on a high right now. There's a thing that happens when you don't die in this game, and it's an amazing feeling of just
It's called getting cocky.
Yes, it can lead to that, which can be dangerous. But so long as Lyric and his whole team can keep in the right mindset, then be good to go. And they should have the advantage going into this map, I think, slightly. Even though this is Vulcan's best map. Just double checking on
That
Sexy.
is-
Good to go.
4
Yeah,
seconds
bro,
off the full
TSM
5
ready to
minutes.
fucking pounce.
Let's go, boys. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, so that was Vulcan taking 4 seconds off the full 5 minutes of time between
Good luck,
matches.
boys.
Alright, and we go into the second map. Vulcan v Sexy Milkman. Sexy Milkman will be starting on the defense this time instead of the attack, as it's Vulcan's map this time.
The interesting thing here will be what Vulcan ban, because we did Saber did think that the Monty was a target ban last game. So if you're gonna target ban after what just happened,
Yeah.
it could happen.
Imagine this would be a Maverick or a Thatcher, yeah. Thatcher coming out first. If Maverick's banned, it makes it very difficult to breach that top wall.
It's more likely gonna be Habana, I'd assume, but it could be Mav.
Yeah, that's interesting. Hibana's mostly used for that downstairs attack.
There's also the angle you can get from warehouse spawn, where you can get it so Habana pellets go on both walls quite separately, which does make it hard to ban.
Yes,
So,
it does. On Jacuzzi
does-
balcony.
Yeah, I think banning the Maverick makes it nearly impossible to be able to open most of the walls, but banning Habana makes it's still possible. It just makes it a little bit more awkward for the downstairs.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing with Maverick is that there's currently, I should say, no defenders that can counter him.
Yeah,
and
there's one
him-
counter to Maverick, and that's shooting him in the head. That's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, that's it. And with him getting nades too, he's just an insane fragger at the moment. So he has insane utility, and his gun skill is. Everyone's saying hi to mums from I think it's diabetes mum.
I think yeah.
Everyone's confident with their operator picks.
I think probably the two most powerful, just off of pure utility operators at the moment, are probably Maverick and Gridlock. Obviously, Gridlock having the flank denial and smokes
Yeah,
is quite a bit of utility for one operator, and then
very
Maverick
much
having
so.
the hard breach and nades as well. It's
Very much so. And with this buff that's going to be coming out to Ying in a minute, it's going to be big to see how much the smoke meta comes back into play. As for a long time, smoke plants and smoking off lines of sights, and playing Monty, even in that era, was the core strat, which kind of died when Ying lost her frags and Monty and the shields got nerfed, but could be seeing a comeback.
Unless some of the other ops get nerfed, I can't imagine we would, because it's very much an intel orientated game at the moment.
Yeah.
With, I don't like calling it, but it's a 20-second meta.
Yeah, it is. Though luckily we didn't seem to be seeing too many 20-second rounds last map. So.
Yeah, last map was quite decisively away. There's a team kill from Andrew.
What happened there?
I will endeavour to ask Andrew after the match.
I imagine that he was just trying to open the door with his and Ash just got in the way.
I would imagine. I will double check after the match. I will not ask him, obviously.
Andrew shutting down Muddy there.
Yeah, so once again, Andrew's just gonna do Andrew things.
Yeah, that's Muddy's surely flabbergasted after that.
I think that makes up for the team kill. Yeah.
Yes, he'll be hoping to make up
in a round sense, not really, but I think it makes up for the team kill. I can't imagine anyone's too upset after that.
With Moto Hatchme open now, they're not really clearing top at all. They're watching flanks fairly heavily. And with that person coming up from Secret at the moment, they're gonna need to.
I think the big thing is, when there's only 3 players and the enemy still has 4, you don't really have the manpower to clear top 4 at this point.
Yeah.
You need to put Nomad, you need to get air jabs watching your flanks, and then maybe one person checking like all the flank options every now and again. But
absolutely, I think it's this next frag. Oh, I was about to say this next frag's going to define the round, and Saber picks up Andrew.
This is gonna have to be some heroics here from either Physics.
Yeah, unfortunately, Physics getting cucked a little, I think, there from the body.
1v4 now. I think it's safe to say that it's probably not so winnable.
No, and with everyone just kind of funneling in and peeking that one hole, probably not the most advisable decision for your long-term life expectancy, but
I think that round does prove one good thing though, of the fact that Lyric did pop off that last game, because Saber just did incredible that round.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I believe, was it Lyric that got, Mutty got shut down on the vigil, yes.
No, Muddy just got obliterated through the wall.
Yeah.
Just one tap.
Well, hopefully Andrew can exhibit some more trigger control. And that discipline will flow through to Ed being able to get out of spawn, hopefully.
Yeah, interesting thing here is no electrical ops being brought on the defense. So
what was that?
I said no electrical ops being brought, no banding or Haid, so Jacuzzi Wall will be free.
Yeah. And that seems to be a back to the TCSG. Do you think that that's intentional, or do you think that that's a Johnny the G had an alibi strat last map and just didn't change the gun back?
Judging by the fact that judging by how she's using it in Garage, I think it could be 50-50.
Yeah, I think
I would edge more to the accidental side of things.
Yeah, I would back the accidental side. I don't think.
Because this map, the shotgun is so much worse now.
Yeah.
On this map, because before you can play vertical, it's a lot better. But this map, there's not really that much you need to open. How weak that shotgun is as a primary for killing people. It's
Yeah, you really need to be on top
it would
of
be
them.
Yeah, it would be questionable if it was if it was deliberate,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Well,
So,
either way, this is a Vulcan's opportunity to capitalize on it, whether or not it's intentional or not. It's classically seen as the weaker option, so question will be, can Vulcan pick up the round?
Attackers will cover the bomb.
Physics now moving over. It seems to be a very broad attack from Vulcan at the moment.
yeah, I would imagine most of the. I imagine they would funnel eventually. By about a minute, I reckon you will be able to clearly see what they want to push.
Yeah.
But I think you just got to pressure both sides to start with, just so they can't rotate freely everywhere.
Absolutely. What do you think about them leaving that third wall soft on the red stairs there
Bomb located
on the
by
defense?
I think it's perfectly acceptable. Realistically, you don't have for a full extension across, you don't really have enough reinforcements to stop.
Yeah.
Because you don't do it there, you have to sacrifice somewhere else. Or if you do it there, sorry. So that could be smoke swanning bathroom, which you have to have. Jacuzzi wall.
Yes.
Pretty much necessary.
Absolutely. Saber picking up the first kill. Onto Andrew. That's the buck dead. That's one set of nades for now gone. And with Physics losing his drones, that's both one of your entries in Andrew and your droning support lost. An alibi just getting sneakily by on that pre-fire, getting air jabbed though, didn't see it, and gets shut down by the Nomad.
I think that was a great example though, because that was 5 shots from a shotgun at what, 2 meters away at most?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before
Seems
the Nomad went down. So
we've lost-
it's literally a pea shooter.
We've lost one of the sexy milkmen, unfortunately, so
Possible rehost in between
possible.
rounds, yeah?
We'll see. But, wrong time to sprint there, Therm. Unfortunate timing there.
I don't really know why when you know there's an aggressive smoke with shotgun playing that you sprint.
seconds to go.
Yeah. And with all of those lines of sights, Ed is just going to get shut down. Vaulting in that window, you don't really have many options.
There's the rehost, so
Alright, we'll just rehost this real quick. Unfortunately, we don't have a Raven, not you, sexy, no. Vulcan, stay. No, oh my. Oh. That's embarrassing. Unfortunately, we don't have a BRB screen, so we'll just do this.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
yeah,
Attackers.
Yeah, so what is that? That's 3. So they won basement, then they won top floor?
they won basement, then they won gym bedroom.
Gym bedroom, yes. So it's 2-0 going into the third round.
Yes. Yes. Not an interesting choice of yeah, gonna be honest, interesting choice there on the Vulcan leaving.
Yeah. It happens though. It happens. Miscommunications happen. Let's get the teams back in here.
Maybe they just decided that they wanted to, go chill somewhere else. I don't know.
Sending invites out. Hopefully we can all join. We were having some issues with Uplay earlier today.
Hopefully the ban waves have fixed that, like.
Yeah. Invite to game. Options. There we go. Invites the on that.
Clubhouse.
Let's get this set up again. Sexy milkman. What were the bands? The bands were Thatcher and Hibana.
And then Mirror and Maestro.
Yeah, Maestro.
believe.
And
yeah.
add round history. It was a basement that went to blue team. And
Yeah,
add round
and then
history. It
gym
was
bed
a
that went to blue.
gym bed that went to blue. There we go. Let's try to get these guys in. Invite to game.
Invite to the game.
Oh, something's going on. Oh,
Oh, things are happening. Oh,
hmm.
oh, oh
Ooh.
no, things are happening. Oh no, scary.
Yeah. If you need to rework this, it's the diabetes. He can get an invite.
Fix your game, Ubisoft, please. I beg.
I beg. I beg.
I beg, please. Please, Ubi, please. Please, I don't want much, please. Please,
Yes.
Ubisoft, fix game.
Okay.
When
They're
cucked-
having
when you get
issues
cucked-
rejoining. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the lobby and we're gonna recreate lobby real quick.
Yeah, so when you get cucked over by Ubi for a day straight, why you bullying me?
Tell me about it.
Ubisoft, why you bullying me? Why you bullying me? Get them. Why you have to be mad at only game?
Just checking all my pings on Discord real quick. Just making sure that no one's screaming at me for doing something wrong. Alright, let's get these invites.
Imagine
back.
actually having decent pings in Discord, lol. Imagine having in Discord, lol.
Sexy Milkman taking on Vulcan. We're gonna do these bands again.
All I'm saying is, yeah, your friends listing working, lol. Imagine having friends.
Alright.
Just make funny meme. Yep. So downstairs, blue win, gym, blue
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, that should be right.
We should.
We should be Gucci with settings. Hopefully we're working well.
Cool.
Spec. Oh,
I think Fax will have to restart because he's getting the connection shit again.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's Fax's fault.
So Ubi's having a bit of a
Wait,
day of it.
ask him if he abandoned or just left.
Oh, I think he just got dropped from the lobby.
Oh, okay. I say because if he didn't abandon, then it would have indeed.
Yeah, unless it's Ubi that's having a bad day.
Usually it's just if you don't abandon. It could just be Ubi having a bad day though. Ubi do seem to have bad days. In fact, it's not a bad day. It more seems like bad operations than than anything. Operation Health. What?
I sent
Did
out an
someone say
invite
Operation
to
Health?
Andrew, but diabetes. Can you get the rest of them in?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them in.
Too easy.
Operation Health, more like
man.
Operation fixes the game not at all and just makes it worse. Ubi.
Yeah, there's. Man,
Is a 3-month period designated to fixing the game? No, it's not. It's a 3-month period designated to making Ash's hitbox smaller and everything worse.
yeah, it's alright. We've got the game starting up again soon here. But what did you think of those first 2 rounds?
I think it was. I think the big thing was Vulcan making mistakes. Really, some mistakes that they weren't terrible mistakes, but it was mistakes that you could easily catch. It's that thing when Nomad pushes in and dies to the alibi shotgun. If she just peeks a little bit further around,
Yeah,
she wins that more than likely.
yeah, I completely agree.
And if that thermite doesn't sprint, he could win that. It's just the little things that aren't terrible mistakes. Everyone does it, but it's just the little things that you catch that mount up.
Yeah, I think also it doesn't seem like Vulcan are having too much direction. They can seem to be doing their own things a lot at the moment, which can lead to a lot of this discontinuity within the team, which can lead to rounds lost. Hopefully, that can be picked up quickly.
Yeah.
Cause,
Because it was very much usually with gym bedroom. You see obviously pressure being applied both sides at the start, and then you either leave like one person holding jacuzzi balcony to put
Yeah.
pressure so they can't just ignore it, and then or you leave like 2 people pushing backside and you main focus on trying to push through jacuzzi. But that round they just split pushed the entire time, lost people in both places, and then couldn't do anything. So
that's the thing, is that you need to be decisive on where you're attacking. If you don't make a decision, then you're just going to get picked off one by one. And that TK first round point didn't help things either. But yeah, I think Vulcan... Yeah, you also have to remember this is a heavily defender-sided map. So going 2-0 on defense isn't wholly uncommon in the first 2 rounds. As the attack leader, kind of wiring.
The only thing that it starts to get unholy when it's a 5-1 type of deal on.
Yeah.
Defense.
Well, that's the thing.
Then it's a team doing well, but
up to a 4-2. 4-2 is even. 3-3 is the attacker's win. 5-1 is the defender's win. Alright, everyone ready?
Yep.
Alright, let's go, boys. Good luck.
Let's go.
We will be.
Hopefully we got settings done.
Yeah, we will just be
Hopefully.
heating the boys back into this.
Bomb, custom. I haven't accidentally set it to hostage or something weird. The first test of the rounds. We're in third round.
Accidentally made it with an 18-minute timer.
Yeah. So now they're going to be on a CCTV. This is often the first pick. This and the bottom floor. Armory are the 2 strongest sites, really.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to go to CC. I don't think you'd ever see a team even think about playing bar.
Yeah, no, I don't think bar's tangible in the current meta.
Yeah, I think you would have to be so insanely cocky.
Yeah, you would.
To go there, and even then, most teams wouldn't. You just meme on a site you know you can win.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah.
This is Blitz OC.
This is gonna...
He just has good hipfire luck.
Plenty of interesting banter coming out from the game teams. Interestingly, Johnny hasn't decided to open up that wall at all. I've heard a couple of rumors that it could have been fixed, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's still.
I can confirm that that's a nay.
No.
Unless my sound is weird, because
5 seconds left.
I literally did finish a scrim before the start of the game, bandit trick, and it was unless they've made it so it's just the same loudness the whole time of like the whole loudness.
Yeah.
Because I opened the holes and it was still just as loud as it was before.
Yeah, that's alright. It's
So unless they've buffed the non-hole, I don't know. But...
Maybe. Either way, it's Mavericks, the perfect operator to be using to be opening up this wall. There's 1,000 different techniques for opening
will we see it? What was that game we casted where the bandit failed? What game was that?
Not sure, I forget. But
yeah, but as long as Raven's not that bad, should be pretty fine.
Raven trying to dial it in a little here. Getting right down low, missing a bit on the bottom left, but this is the opportunity to show just how effectively that Maverick can be.
Going for both. He's missed a bit on the bottom of both, so I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to do there.
It's a lot of hole.
The bottom all the way.
Lot of hole to entry from Jacuzzi.
Yeah, unless they're trying to just have a line of sight. I don't know. But you can't imagine Thermite would try and open it with an ankle hole.
No, he appears to be droning though now instead of breaching the top half. And no, he's gone over to Jacuzzi, to logistics. Sorry. So there won't be. That pre-fire was on point, but
are they just gonna leave the Nomad here the entire time and just have a watch CC?
I think they will. They'll cover off the rotates from garage back, and probably just use her as protection. Oh.
I still think it's interesting the fact that you don't even attempt to open it, but she will find a pick, so...
Yeah. She saw the person in garage too, but she flicked to the person behind the server rack instead. And there's one trapped in the corner. Oh no, in red stairs. Fax picks up one refrag onto the Nomad. Where was that, Fax?
Oh, Muddy.
Was that just a run out of garage door? It looks like Muddy picks up one onto Andrew. And the health and man advantage is decisively in favour of the defenders, and that's exacerbated by the fact that Lyric just picks up another one onto the bandit, onto the Maverick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of disappointed there in the Maverick not having the Fnatic skin for it, but
Yeah.
it's I
15
guess.
seconds left.
15 seconds ticking down. 3v1 and
10
Zofia
seconds.
has... Or... It's sketchy.
5 seconds remaining.
Not winnable.
No. It's a bit late now, and
Definitely not winnable.
Sexy Milkmen take their first full round rotation 3-0. That's big. It's always big on this map when you see a team that's able to win all 3 of their sites first round, because that means that they're capable of winning. They have 3 sites that they can go to now.
Yeah, that's I think the other interesting thing there is the fact that there was a few things there. Thing number 1, good job, you got the first pick, and then you didn't do anything with it. Thing number 2 is the fact that Nomad got ran out on from Garage, where there was a Claymore, and there should have also been an air jab.
Yeah.
Okay, but there was definitely a Claymore, which means at some point that got destroyed by either a gunshot or some sort of explosive.
Yeah. And it wasn't an explosive, I doubt, because of it was a WAMI that ran out.
Yeah. So,
So-
I'm a bit unsure, unless it was unlucky and Nomad was shooting at the time he shot it. But you should realistically be hearing him shoot it.
You should. You should be able to close that off, that run out. But she didn't, and the round's over. So now they're going to their basement, which is classically known as the strongest site on this map. But interesting to bring the Frost play.
Well, I think the interesting thing is Sexy Milkman not opting for either the standard 2 ways to hold the site nowadays, because you've obviously got the SSG style roam and then the turtle strat.
Yeah.
So opting for their own thing that includes the Frost. So
Absolutely, and with the SSG strat having overwhelmed the Ash, making sure she sits right back as Buck opens that door, this time. But with the SSG strat dominating play so much in this site and in this map as a whole, it's really adapted and teams have learned to attack it. So it's really looking like teams are starting to move away from the SSG style strat and are looking for the next big thing.
yeah, I think the SSG style strat's very much like one of the songs that does incredibly popular for like a few weeks and then drops off.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it's been overplayed. It's just
Yeah. Well, it's
it was brought out originally. SSG had it. It was a pocket strap. They used it and they won the rounds where they used it because teams didn't know how to counter it. Whereas ever since that, teams have been running it as their default.
Maverick
So people have
just
just
getting
been
away
like-
there from the peak.
Yeah.
Oh, and getting shut down though from stage. But Diabetes gets a refrag onto Johnny. And it's going to be up to this... Oh, looks away at the wrong time. Maverick pinging the Vulcan. Now it's all up to Andrew as he picks up. Raven is finally finished off, but it's at a cost. Now it's 3v3 going into the final. That's one C4 gone. I believe that was Valkyrie's. So now you've got one C4 and no other utility secondary. You're going to be relying on those cams to get the intel. The attackers probably have the advantage in fragging capacity.
Their diffuser.
But it's all going to be up to these 3 attackers. Can they get a move on? They seem to be stalling out on this first floor though a little bit. They didn't make a decisive decision quickly. I don't think you can say decisive decision, can you? I think that's a... Oh. Nomad peeking unadvisedly. Ash
I think,
peeking back over it.
I think the issue there is she held the same peak angle that she did before instead of just switching sides.
And that's the round, Sexy Milkman. Yeah,
Yep.
you really need to be a bit more decisive on that pickup. I think if the Buck had decided, I'm coming down and I'm going to pick him up straight away, then it would be a bit more of an option, but once the Buck decided to hold that angle, it was round over. Cav. Do you reckon that's a 6 pick back to the alibi? Or is the alibi becoming a 6 pick? Ed, bring out the Monty though. That was a random pick, so does he stick it?
Interesting will be whether Alibi has the shotgun again.
Yes. Or if she turns into a Caviera. I'd love to see a Cav, but
It would be.
it's unlikely and it's not going to happen this round.
Yeah. I think if you're bringing a Cav, it's realistically more than likely probably going to be when you're defending downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Just
not a
'cause-
massive roam capacity on this top floor.
Oh,
Or
I
on
think
kitchen.
We found it, Civic.
I think we found the only alibi shotgun main on the planet.
Yeah. Do you think this is... They've gone from the first map and they've just decided we're not going to run our good strats? Or do you think... CNC seems to be doing the same openings. Do you think this is a dedicated strat?
10 seconds to
Well,
insertion.
judging by the fact that they decided all of a sudden
5 seconds
to
left before
say yes to casting after saying no,
Yeah.
I think it could possibly be that this isn't a strat they're planning on using after Vulcan.
Possibly. Oh, Andrew getting the first pick on a Saber on a small peak. Saber getting reminded that they might be winning,
think-
but...
I think lucky this isn't ranked. Every single ranked game ever, there would have been a GN in chat there.
Yes, absolutely. But interestingly, now with the defenders, they only have 2 primary guns that aren't shotguns. And one of them is the UMP. So they don't have a massive amount of fragging capacity. Unlike the attack now, which has Ash, Buck, even Fragmite will be coming out in a little bit. So... Oh... But that one good gun that the defense have is doing work on Lyric by Lyric. Getting up a double kill there on the entry.
Not quite sure why Raven somewhat flicked onto the alibi there, but
I don't think it's...
I'm saying.
Yeah. They're playing the same, very much the same strat as they did previously.
Okay. So realistically, you're not going to be able to push through the breach, are you? Let's be honest.
Nah. That breach is
playing
dead.
with that shotgun is a good point. You can't.
Attackers
So now you got to
located
look
a
how
bomb.
else you can push. Backside, you got slapped about by a Jaeger, so that's probably going to be a no. So realistically, your best bet here is either to try and push Logi or push through Gym window.
Yeah. And
Both
it looks
of
like,
which are not ideal.
looks like
so-
Vulcan, though, are committed to this breach toss. Interestingly, though, Raven,
Kev,
this person pushing up by getting shut down, showing how much of a pea shooter that gun is. But Lyric still picking up the single.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
That's one shotgun down. That's Raven picking up a big kill onto the smoke. That opens up the opportunity here, but with Raven getting shut down by the Jaeger.
can I ask one thing? Have they changed it? Because I swear the alibi thing used to only last for 20 seconds.
What do you mean?
The
No.
prisoners.
The prisoners
They
stay
used-
up. If they're outside, they stay up the whole round, and they just flash on you, on your screen. Enemy detected outside.
Yeah, but I swear it was only 20 seconds originally.
Yeah, I don't know. I may have been. I didn't take much notice when Alibi first came out as to the specifics of the game. But going now 5-0 in the first 5 rounds. the defense have done their job. They've won this decisively. If they go 6-0, that's just slamming on Vulcan at this point, saying we're going to the semis and there's nothing you can do about it. But they really need to step it up right here. Vulcan need this round.
Vulcan need to get quite a few rounds in a row. They can't afford to only get one. They need to get at least, I'd say, 4 in a row here.
Yeah, I think
because
they need to pull it back hard right now.
Because if you get 4 in a row here, then that means that you take it and then lose one. That means you're 4-6. Getting 2 rounds there is doable. But I think if you have to get any more than 2 rounds in a row when the enemy team's on match point, it gets to the point where it's just difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. You have the same spawn point, so the attackers, are committed to the way that they've been playing. They've spawned this way a couple of times, and they're entering in fast though with the Ash. Taking map control quickly. They know they need to get it done, and they can't waste time doing it. That air jab, I don't think is going to do anything if someone vaults out that window. It's a little too high. But possibly.
I think it might get them. I'm pretty sure it'll get them, because the air jabs have big ranges. They're not... actually, yeah, it might be a bit high. Yeah, that seems a bit questionable. Plus, also, it being there means if Nomad's on that side of the building, repel, and it does trigger, it will more than likely not curve back as well.
Ooh, and Nomad picking up the first kill. Seeing the second, but one way getting luckily through.
But that's Saber being picked off almost straight away again. 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So... Saber not been doing the best here.
So, this looked like, I didn't see that I left those options in chat on, so.
Which options?
Whenever I'm playing ranked on stream or cash, I have an option that chat can select my op. I don't think we can force these guys to play Tachanka. But Mozzie and 3 getting shut down, leaving it in 1v4.
Well,
Vulcan?
Andrew doing Andrew things, and
Vulcan have decided that
this is what Vulcan needed.
Yeah, they've decided they don't want to lose this round, don't want to lose this map, and don't want to lose this series.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's been like, oh wait, hang on,
And there's
that's
Nomad.
right.
There's Nomad picking up the final kill.
That's right. We can
They can
kill people other than Saber.
Yes. Absolutely.
Let's do that. I think that was good though. From that was the first time Vulcans capitalized on the first frag. I'd say.
Yeah.
It's the first time that they've gotten the first frag and been like, right, now we can play aggressive and in their face. Try and snowball it.
It was really good to see that early aggression also from the Ash to take that map control quickly to take bar.
Yeah.
So they couldn't rotate back. They couldn't. The defense was stuck in their positions up above. And it was just a matter of winning gunfights. And Vulcan showed they can win gunfights. But now, switching to their defensive half, if they're an even team, we could expect them to win 4 rounds here. But they need to do it fast if they want to go
Yeah, they need to. They definitely need to be doing some decent stuff. So. It would be impressive if they could bring this back.
It would be the comeback of the century. But it would be big. It would be give them the momentum going into the third map, which is always a big calculation in working out who's going to win which map is the momentum, and Vulcan need to capitalize right now as they've won their first round. They need to keep the momentum going in their direction. If they don't, then I could fear the worst for them very quickly here.
Yeah.
No spawn peaks coming out or anything too scary from Vulcan, which is probably wise, as you don't want to be losing that person early on. Muddy and Saber having a bit of fun as they entry through Catwalk in Garage.
This is
Just-
this is a strike team here.
Yeah, they're just playing.
No
They've got the
drones?
drone. Well, they've got the drone in front of them. I imagine that's going to be a Fax. Yeah, Fax is droning them through, but they're just playing the refrag off each other.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Just double checking every angle.
Realistically, you don't need the drone there, do you? Because you're both pushing so closely.
Yeah.
So
Well, the drone just acts as a third person, really.
yeah, it's a luxury, but I don't think it would be needed the way that these boys push top floor just now.
Yeah. I don't think any strong team would risk not having a drone there, though. Though you've got Fax now coming, I imagine, to open up this meeting hatch. Moto hatch, sorry, not meeting.
Oh, I like that skin. I don't know what gun skin it is. For the pistol. That was a nice pistol skin.
Vertical holes being opened quickly now. With Hibana banned, it's very difficult to open up this hatch here in kitchen, just as you can see for it very easily. And oh, there's one injured on Saber. That's the IQ. That's a big one if they can confirm it, but it doesn't look likely as she's up on the bench. No damage done to the defense though. And even though she's going to get picked up, operator's seen and Fax picks the Cade through the hatch hole, through the little Maverick holes. Looks a bit confused about why this hatch is not being opened. This corner right here, and there it go. Huh. What has happened here?
Keck W.
Ubi?
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 Ubi? Operation Health.
Yeah. So obviously, the way that hatches work in this game is that there's a they have a specific health damage, and just clearly he just hadn't done enough damage to it in the right places. But two kills coming out from the defense.
It's gone. It's just like the steel beams underneath.
Yep. And that's the
that must be
third.
a bug, right?
Muddy pushing through, getting the one onto the shotgun there, but getting shut down. Vulcan getting the second round in a row.
That must have been a bug, right?
Possibly. I've seen it happen before.
Because
It depends.
The rest of the hatch broke, so I can't imagine it.
Well, it's a different thing. It's kind of like I believe the bars are a different model to the reinforcement itself. Kind of like how you can Maverick trick a wall, but the soft wall remains the same.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what he did. Unfortunately, it means that you can't open that hatch anymore. Saber six picking off the Cali. Unfortunately, I love Cali. Cali's way underplayed.
That if anything though, that seems more like what happens when you open up a rotate, you can't run through it.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's just like it's clearly there, you can things through it, but you just can't walk through it. It's
Attackers
like
need to locate and defuse as many bombs
well,
as they can.
Anyway, it's all up to
interesting, Ubi.
Vulcan's starting to pick up their momentum now. Every round here counts. Every round stops that stops Sexy from going to match point is massive because it leaves them with hope that they don't have to go to overtime. If they go to overtime, it's going to be very difficult for Vulcan. Although Vulcan do have the preference and should be taking defense first in overtime should we get there.
10 seconds left before insertion.
As we saw in the first map, when Vulcan took a round early and decisively, that was traded back by a complete shutdown of them. So the question is, does Sexy have it in them to show that kind of dominance again?
Yeah. I think I hate to say it, but I think it depends on Lyric again.
Yeah.
I know they're all fraggers, but I think
Ed getting confident, in fact showing off with his buck recoil control skills, but Ed deciding probably not the best choice to be. It looks like they're just going to go for a straight Maverick trick on this wall this time.
okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
Has he missed? Yeah, he's missed.
So he's got the right side. I don't think he has the middle though, which is gonna be an issue for.
It did debuckle, so he will have. Yeah, as a Maverick player, when you hear the like metal buckle, it means you've got it enough on the
There
side,
you go.
And then it will when you do.
And he's gonna try and escape as best he can, and he does.
Yeah. Good tip if you want to learn Maverick. Listen for the buckle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means you've done that side. You can.
And they leave Johnny the G, I believe, out here. He'll be calling out those Vigil scans as Vigil is playing down below. That Echo drone is going to be massive with all of the intel that's coming out. They'll get shut down by the thermite as it's seen. Or possibly it was just by the buck as he entered. Although they're just rushing straight into sight here. Ash is in. Maverick's getting ready to plant here.
This is what I like seeing is
Decisive attacks.
Yeah. Plus also the realizing.
And the plant's down. That's big in a 3v4 situation post-plant. The defenders are going to have to push in, funnel through this rotate. Doc getting shut down by the Ash. Muddy picking up 2, 3. Fax picking up another one. Vulcan, it's all up to Vigil coming up. He's got the flank behind. The question is, do they have the flank intel? Do they know that someone's going to be coming up from behind, or are they going to be focused on the front? They know that he's there.
Well, they will now.
And that is overtime. Oh, not overtime, sorry. Match point.
That is... Yeah, I really did like that from Sexy Milkman. Them realizing a flaw there with what Vulcan were doing, leaving the entirety of cache open to people walking in, and just decided that they were going to rush through site.
Yeah, not playing someone at that green box can be really risky for stuff like that. Just because...
Especially when you're not playing someone underneath as well.
Yeah.
Like with C4. Because with C4, even if you can't get the planter, being able to get the person inside covering the planter...
Yeah,
means it's a lot safer to push in.
For those 7 seconds while you're planting, you have no defense of yourself. You have to rely on your teammates. Luckily, Muddy was there, picking up a few frags that round. Both Muddy and Lyric going off this game. So Johnny needs to pick up his first kill, which is interesting. Vulcan deciding to go to a different site instead of adjusting and making that fix. This is going to be... This could be the final round of Vulcan in this season of LPL Amateur. They need to bring it back here. This is their last chance to bring it back. Do you think they have what it takes? Covert?
I think it all depends on. I think it all depends on this round. Honestly, obviously it does, but even if Vulcan win, it depends on this round. Because if Vulcan don't win this dominantly, I don't think they'll be able to come back and get 4 rounds in a row. Because that's what they need. They need 4 rounds in a row with no slip-ups, no mistakes, no bad gunfight, no anything. You need to just against a team like the Sexy Movement, you have to perform perfectly.
Absolutely, in fact, making sure that there's no run out going to be coming from Vulcan out there.
And yeah, to have to play perfectly 4 rounds in a row, you really need confidence from the first round that you can.
No serious try will work.
You can do it for the rest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they had the opportunity to get it, but now Bandit's playing. Oh no, not Bandit. Sorry.
There was a mute jammer there, so he couldn't have got it.
I see.
So I think he might have been waiting for someone. It, or maybe he's trying to find it higher up. I don't know. But
well, they've given logistics away for free on a cash defense. Not the most advisable choice, but it's one that they've made, and they're gonna have to live with it. With 2 minutes ticking off, Muddy looking to entry frag here, with no contestation from Jim or the hallway at the moment. And Fax now opening up holes. Saber getting shut down by Ed. And Ash getting closed by the Raven holding that long angle.
Absolutely.
And now they have
Ash got trucked.
and Zofia getting shut down by the same angle. They've got
That
facts
was a
now,
wall
but
bang.
he's locked into this.
That was a wall bang.
Oh, not the time to be changing that shield there, even. But it's essentially now a 1v4 as Maverick is stuck in this position.
yeah, Maverick
Oh.
is just gonna be a nuisance to the
Although,
defense. It's,
There is a rotate in, and he gets shut down. That was probably a big mistake, opening up that rotation there from Andrew with that impact grenade.
I'm gonna be honest there. It's the classic thing. You have man advantage there,
Yeah.
so push him, Andrew.
And there we go, Johnny picking up his first kill of the game, picking up his second as Mute gets shut down. Now it's a, oh no, Johnny the G getting traded out, so it's a 1v1 situation now. The Bandit versus the Maverick. The Bandit for the last chance, and that's Fax winning it out. And that's GG.
Yep,
Sexy
there's-
Milkman go on to the finals to face either Mako or Seventh Heaven that we'll find out tomorrow night.
Yeah, that was poor from Vulcan in that last round. You have
Yeah.
it's a 5v2 actually, I believe. Sorry.
Yes,
You lose
essentially.
the Echo. You lose the Echo. Unlucky. All right. You
Yeah.
didn't know where Maverick was. Unlucky. It happens. But then, even though it's a 2v4, the
It's-
fact that Andrew tries to hold an angle after giving away his position is
Well, the big thing is that there was no
questionable.
rotate out of Logi, I believe, at that
Yeah.
point, until Andrew decided to impact it. So essentially, it was a 1v4 because it was all Johnny the G versus no one else. There was no
Yeah.
one to stop him.
Uh,
But
But it's
it's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it ends like that way. That's unfortunately. But
but if Castle,
Yeah.
but if he shouldn't have done it realistically, but if he's gonna do it, push him.
yeah, I mean, there's a million ifs and buts whenever you lose a game. But either way, thanks to everyone that hopped in for stream tonight. Hopefully, with permission from Seventh Heaven and Mako, provided that they remain with their permission granting, we'll be back to cast tomorrow night. If not, we'll be back to cast the semis coming up next week. So, thanks to everyone who dropped in. I'll see you all either tomorrow or next week. Yeah.
Alright, bye everyone.